intel you can get, and they've got a shield over towards that classical hallway as well. They'll get rid of that one, but they have to realize that most of the denial there for that breach is over towards the aviator side because of that one shield. A lot of reliance, Des, but I mean, if it pays dividends, why not?
Absolutely. And I think back to APAC and the number of teams that were playing quite aggressively on the roam as well. We spoke about Guts Gaming. I remember us casting them last week and saying on Clubhouse how defensively they were playing. You're almost seeing a similar sort of vibe coming out here with these shields being used in those reverse positions like you saw. Blaz, a player that Ace highlighted as in to make a difference, is going to step up at least in round number 1 with a headshot onto Rask, one of our resident roamers who gave Na'Vi such a headache just a couple of weeks ago. Durza with a second from below onto Milan. That's 2 of the big fraggers of VP out of action. I say big fraggers, last game it was everyone but those 2 members that have been removed that were topping the charts for the team of Virtus Pro. Let's see what they can do in a 3v5.
Well, they've still got a lot of time to work with here. VP, especially those support players, look over to Karjeka and the smoke over towards A. They're trying to grenade them from below, and that's a good placement, but no one's behind bar or in that particular position. For now, Blaz making his presence known, and all of these holes opened up. That's going to be the death of Karjeka, and yes, he's going to have to get into the corner of Bolt. There is not enough bullets to work with here, and as a result, he will finally get taken out of commission.
But for those that missed the APAC Playday, I thought Jess was calling the call out woof the whole time. Turns out she's saying wolf, but can't say the word wolf, says woof instead because of the accent thing, or I can't hear it properly. Either way, hilarity ensues. If you see woof woof in the chat, you know exactly what it's referencing.
EE1D, was it perfectly timed? Absolutely not. You could have pinched out Milon here, and I actually thought that was the point of it, but Blaz didn't move upstairs. The rappel into the study balcony wasn't done in tandem, and as a result now they're just stalling out like a deer in headlights. What do we do here? They're just letting them run into their gun sights, and this should be the kill. Good pinch finally. And now that you put Blaz on the Ash, he does work, but this is what VP wanted to do last time, Des. They wanted to be able to hold it out and force them into sight and use their utility, which is why you bring the smoke. It's why you bring the echo. That's what VP want.
Look at Durza snaking in here as well, like lying under all that smoke, and manages to get and finish off 1, bringing it into the 1 versus 2 rather than that temporary 1 versus 3. I guess a 3 versus 2, but there were 2 members down. One's been finished off, and in fact even manages to recover Chaos. This has got no more EE1Ds left, but does have 3 flashes to play with here in the late round. The problem is you're playing against an Echo, I believe should still have 2 cameras alive. Swings out for Chaos as he pushes in, and Durza probably asking, bro, you swung a bit too soon there. You might want to wait a couple more seconds, because now I've got 5 seconds left in a 1 versus 2. Virtus Pro will thrive off the chaos in the mid round and close out round number 2, bringing us to 1 apiece. Earlier on, I'm glad to see that he's been removed off a little bit earlier on. Stop those frag grenades singing in from below, especially with the amount of soft flooring that of course you have on this trophy and statuary site. Let's see though how TrainHard pushed through what has now proven to be a slightly disadvantageous round for them in the 4 versus 5. They've got 90 seconds still to play, and their attacking pace is good in round 1. Here they're going to walk around a corner straight into Karjeka, and the question has to be asked, where are the drones on that front? Why jumping in through bathroom window with no assistance coming into Astro? Because that's the freest kill of his life.
I think that's the trouble with teams, or players rather, that can't take their foot off the gas and they just leave that pedal full throttle at all times, is that they will put themselves in conspicuous positions. Speaking of, thread the needle, why don't you there, WTG, with the
crack of the whip here as well, because there's 3 of them waiting around Astro stairs, just daring them to come for a peek. And Chaoxis try as he might, I think he's in a spot where, although he sees the head, sadly they see his first. He's put down on the deck. Spark going to be the 4th challenger to push through bathroom in this round. No one has come out alive. I don't know about you, buddy, but I don't quite fancy your odds, considering there are 5 members left alive for Virtus Pro and only 15 seconds in the round. Last couple of rounds have looked clinical, as you said, Jess, and I don't think there's much else to say than that. It's a flawless round for VP, and now we can consider them well and truly warmed into Villa.
Would be on the bottom of the leaderboard without a doubt. There are some really big gunners on the side of TrainHard, Blaz being one of them. I think Fabian himself spoke about how important he would be as an EU gunner, and I think putting him on the Ash here today has been a really good decision. Oh, God, wow. Jesus, Lord, I just spoke him into his death. Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's a cast of curses if ever you wanted to see one, ladies and gents. Caught in 8K, never going to be up, because if you recall, TrainHard or Tempera formerly would be the team that on Coastline, for example, would play Penthouse and Theatre and open up seemingly every wall on the map to open up these incredibly long sight lines. Here, TrainHard is staring down the barrel of a team that are undoing exactly the same approach onto them, and they can't seem to deal. 3 kills have come flying through, and we spoke about maybe TrainHard have something coming into today outside of 1 little consolation kill for Chaoxis. That was almost a 2nd flawless round for Virtus Pro in a row.
My problem is, sometimes I feel like they're missing some drones, at least pre-placed drones in the prep phase, that could speed up this ingress and not make it just a wild Hail Mary into main stairs.
DP with everything being considered here as well, not just the stairs itself, but also the... Oh, great grenade from Durza. We called them out in the replay. We called them out earlier that they didn't connect to kill. This time around, does find Karjek. The mute's been removed, no doubt. A C4 off the board at the same time. I was going to speak about
stairs control and 60 seconds to work with. What they've lost is, unfortunately, the wall's been reinforced, and Milon steps out as well. But Blaz will trade onto WTG, so this numbers advantage has worked well. And was he flashed out? I would have to say, surely.
He was. He absolutely was. He got himself swung in by a Kelx. It's a very aggressive play for Pasha to turn around and collect things back, but he runs straight into Spark, waiting for him to come pushing through the aviator door. That's the second round I think they'll have been looking for on their attacking half, to be fair. Much better there, much more structured.
In fast, because once you have that vertical hold, you are able to do serious damage. Bait out the first C4 into Karjeka, and then guess what? Get the kill as well. Dirts is having a wild game here, on whether or not it's grenades from below or kills from above. He knows that he can do what is needed for his team, and now they're going to be able to surely get rid of some of these shields, because there's multiple.
Too easy.
Is it?
I mean, there's an easy joke here, and that was actually a helicopter going over my house, and it was here to evac TrainHard for this car crash of a round that started to set up. Things not looking so good. That grenade coming into an ADS and then getting swung by WTG, and you're still stood there at the angle where you threw the grenade is questionable at best. It does shut down the aggression from that angle. 4 versus 3 Virtus Pro, 45 seconds still to play. And you can feel how the wind have kind of been taken out of their sails once again here. If you catch out a member or two early on TrainHard, that's when they really kind of seem to falter. And maybe that's down to adaptability not being at its best once the strat starts falling apart. I'm not sure. But now Sparks hit the deck as well. A 4 versus 2, a 4 versus 1, sorry, is no error. Also got picked off. Also really struggled to warm into this game at a 1 and 5 KD as it stands so far. Blaz, arguably alongside Durza, the only ones really having a big impact. He steps in and gets put in the dirt. Virtus Pro with a very convincing first half. Again, some glimmers of hope for TrainHard. But that's all they've been for the last 2 weeks, Jess. Glimmers.
Flex supports here and there in the first half. He's gone on to the buck this half. And that's given him a little bit of freedom to use the soft breach. He's got the flashes as well, and he'll have that C8 to work with. I think he's doing really well. My problem is that if you're TrainHard right now and you really needed to get this next round or even the round after that, this doesn't, sort of paint a pretty picture of your confidence whatsoever. Oh no, why? Why did you run in the middle of study? What were you doing?
Did they suspect they'd rotated off to go and push main stairs, or were attacking from the north?
Surely not.
Like, you always have a study player to threaten him from that angle. We know this. But Pasha is getting away with the plant. They know that that study player's gone. The C4 comes out, downs him, doesn't quite kill him. And can they recover in time here? Another one comes out, but it hits the sofa. Milan to collect another couple of kills, making a 3K in the round.
Is beyond me. Last time we had a player run through study and get collected in that exact window where Milan is poisoning himself now. He got a kill below before, and now he's already on study window. That is an amazing rotate, and it's clear to me that VP know exactly what they want to do. No, they've spotted Blaz below. That's a drone, and this is an easy one for Ras, but he can't go and stand in the Banshee, and he needs to confirm where he's gone. That's an easy pre-fire. The pigs will come out, and surely a teammate will get on in Piggy's exact location. Pigs on out, and there's your freebie, and that's what drones can do, baby.
They got no error in Astro with exactly the same sort of drone coming out here now. There is the Echo hanging above with 15 seconds on the clock, but I'm concerned that is not going to be enough for them. He sees the drone, sprays it out, and that should be the end of it. There's a second one to come in, but it's got to run under the feet of Rask, and he sees it and manages to stop it in time. That's going to mean that this diffuser gets committed to the ground. 5 and 2 for Virtus Pro is looking an awful lot like 6 and 2. There's no error yet to make an impact in this game. Won't start now. Rask puts him in the dirt. Virtus Pro 6 and 2 are staring down the barrel of their first victory of the EUL 2021 season.
Consistently, and I like that. I hope they don't just start switching it to face checking things because they get that confidence behind them, but it doesn't seem to be the way. They're slowly and meticulously going through everything, cutting off those flanks below so no one can see 4. Claymores in place, and that's why you need to drone. That's why you drone, ladies and gentlemen, because that can happen.
Ace's ears are burning. Blaz is burning, his way through the lineup of Virtus Pro with 2K inside a master bedroom as well. I mean, this is what I like about some teams, is you don't sit back, you don't play on site all the time, you want to get out of the map and cause disruption. Is it risky? Yes, but when it works, my God, can it work, because there's 3 members dead on Virtus Pro, only about 90 seconds into the round, and there's kind of a consolation prize back for Milan as he picks up no error, but surely there isn't a way that they can bring this back from a 2 versus 4. Rask not yet really shining in this game. Milan has had a good start, but must know there's a crossfire waiting for him here as soon as he looks to walk inside of this room. So much so that he's not even thinking about it just yet. Going to hold fire temporarily, and now you see the challenge coming in. If he peeks again, Please peek on it. Sees the head, picks down Chaoxis as well, who's had a good couple of weeks for the side of TrainHard, but not going to have a massive impact here just yet. Rask looking through the window. If they pull off this 2 versus 4, it would be mega to close the game out at a 7-2. But that actually means being able to get inside in the next 60 seconds and make something happen, Jess.
Well, one of the biggest gunners of WTG has died down in the past few rounds, and now it's the Milon show. And unfortunately for him, he is down to 5 HP, but that does not stop him, Des. This is the kind of clutch that you expect. It is now a 1v1. Dirts is on full HP. Milon on a mere 5 to 8. He would have to hit a perfect headshot here to win this.
He can't just walk through the gate either as well. Going to have to drop it down, which he has done with the utility, but it'll be a 4K clutch back from the grave for Milon if he pulls this off to give Virtus Pro 7-2. And round difference might not be the whole sort of thing that we look at here in the league, but no doubt it's going to be important. No! No! He walked into a second! We don't even get to see on the replay! To go for anything as a push by the sounds of it, it's more about gearing up. So it's going to be one of those 30-second, 20-second pushes that we speak about for a few teams just when they leave it until the last second. You can't really afford to get it wrong when it comes to putting the plant down, but otherwise you can afford to take a bit of time, and that's exactly what they'll do. Selma's starting to connect onto the wall.
They haven't opened up this critical part here, right next to Statue. That's where they're going to have a big fault to work with here. Grenade will rain out. That should get rid of the Banshee, and Spark still in a really good position with his shotgun. Oh, you see the body, take him out. There we go. Milon finally dispatches of the key power position, and surely this player could go down. They have the verticals they need, and it is a VP showing. This is surely match point here, and yes, it is. WGG from behind. He'll drop down into Astro, and you can see Pasha doing big cheers. Let your team and all your fans know, because that is the first full win on the board here for VP, something they haven't been able to do this stage thus far.